If you ever saw someone setting up balls in the pockets and practicing getting position on whatever ball they're getting position on, then you've witnessed someone who has the mindset and potential to be a great professional pool player. Here's a table layout we have, and here's the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The table is pretty spread out, but it's perfectly doable. It could be easier. You could easily make this game really hard on yourself. But if you keep your head and think about stuff before you proceed, you should be okay. The problem is getting started here because this one ball is deep into the corner pocket down there. It's going to be a little tricky to get position from the 1 to this 2 ball. And before we shoot this 1 ball, I'm going to give you 3 options, and if you have to pause it and really think about it and analyze it, then just simply do that. And I'm going to give you these 3 options before we shoot each ball on the table. Then I'm going to show you how I shot it, and then we're going to do the loop back and play the whole game 1 through the 9 without the yakking and the cuts and the arrows and analyzing, and just play it through. And we're going to close it out, and that will be that. No one that I know of on YouTube is doing this. Option B is the correct option, although I chose to go 2 rails and shoot at option A with bottom right, which sent me into traffic, and I wound up hitting that 5, and I was very lucky that the 5 didn't get tied up with another ball after I hit it, and I was also lucky to have a shot on the 2 ball at all. But option B is definitely the way to go. The problem with it is it's a really tricky shot. So you're going to have to do a little bit of work on this if you're not used to it. And you want to barely skim the 1 ball when you shoot it, so it doesn't have too much resistance off that bottom rail, and all that left-hand spin will bring it straight back up to you in an awkward angle, and it kills angle off that bottom rail. So you're going to hit the side rail and then bouncing up for a little bit. And the reason it's the right shot is because you can just pull back a little bit on the 2 ball and you're right on the 3 ball line. Although it's best to get a little bit on the left-hand side of the 3 ball line and kind of stun it out for a shot on the 4 ball. So I went with option C to pull it back to the left-hand side of the line, or very close to the left-hand side of the line, or straight in on the line. You just don't want to cross that 3 ball line and get on the right side of it, because then you're going to play hell getting on the 4. You don't want to shoot this 3 ball in the bottom left-hand corner, because it's going to make it hard to get on the 4. And you don't want to put top on it and go through traffic because you're risking hitting both the 8 ball and the 4 ball and getting really bad on the 3. So option C is the right way to go. Now let's take a look at the 3 ball shot. Yep, option B is definitely the way to go. There's no sense in taking crazy shots or going all over the table and risking banging in the balls when all you have to do is pull this back a couple feet and be in perfect shape for the 4 ball to get on the 5 and the 6 and the 7. And now let's take a look at the options on the 4 ball. Stay out of traffic and keep it simple. It's the golden wisdom of poking whitey. Option C is the way to go. You just want to pull back a little bit and you want to make sure you stay on the left-hand side just a little bit on this 5 ball. And speaking of the 5 ball, let's go ahead and look at our option. Yep, I chose to draw it back or stun draw it out a little bit for a shot in the side. And this just comes down to what I'm comfortable with. It's okay to roll up a little bit on that 6 and shoot it in the right hand corner pocket. I just find it a little bit too touchy. And rolling it to the rail to shoot the 6 in the side, and it's a little bit iffy on if you can get the right position on the 7 and get to the 8. I'm much more comfortable with stun drawing this out. So let's go look at our options on the 6 ball. Yep, option B is definitely the way to go, and all you're doing is just pulling it back maybe 2 or 3 inches to get the right angle on the 7 to play the 7 off. Well, I'm playing the cue ball while I shoot the 7 off the bottom rail and back up table for a shot, the right shot on the 8 ball. Now you could pull back a little more, take the cut shot on the 7 and play that left-hand side route to get on the 8. But you might hook up a little too much and go too long, and then you're really going to be on trouble on the 7 ball. And there's no sense in taking chances at this point in the game. So, although I already told you what I'm going to do on the 7 ball, let's go ahead and take a look at our options, and maybe you will have a better way. So if I tell you why I shot option C, it's going to give away what I'm going to do on the 8 ball. And I can't have that. The object is to get you guys to think, not just listen to me tell you what's right and what's wrong. And again, I could easily do something wrong. And again, what I do might not be right for you because you have a different style and like to play top on the ball, not all this bottom. So I'm always evolving and pushing the boundaries of what can be done. So, things will change, the format will get better and more accurate, and the graphics will get better. Everything will continue to get better. I will tell you that options A and B are not wise, and you could easily lose control of the cue ball and get really bad on the 8 ball. And again, there's no sense in taking chances. The object is to make this game easy, and you'll play a whole lot better, and you'll have a whole lot more fun playing. So, what are we doing on this 8 ball? And here's your options right here.